Good morning, students. Students, we are going to learn the first lesson of our environment. So, we will revise what we have learned in our environment. Students, there are few things to remember about our environment is surrounding have two groups, living things and non-living things. Living things can move on their own. Living things need food and produce the young ones. Living things are two kinds, plants and animals. Students, these are the things which we have already learned. Now, let's see what is there more in this lesson. The relationship between all the things in the environment. Water and air are a part of the environment. All living things need them. Students, we know that water and air is very important for all the living things. We cannot stay without water and air. And this water and air we get from our environment. Living things also need food. They get their food from the environment. Students, as we know, living things also need food. That food we get from the environment. Student, can you tell me why we need food? We need food to grow. Food gives us energy. Whatever living things need to survive, they get from their environment. Means the living things need to live. They get all things from the environment. Let's take a small example. Birds build their nest. Students, we know the shelter of the bird is nest. To build the nest, they need three things: cotton, twig, and thread to build the nest. And these all three things they get from the environment. Students, this is a nest of a bird. They lay their eggs in the nest and they take care of their young ones. To build a nest, they need three things. That are cotton, twig. Students, twig means a small branches, and thread. These are the three things which the birds need to build their nest. Not only the birds, but also human beings use many things from the environment. Cotton. Students, from cotton, what do we get? This cotton from where we get? We get cotton from cotton plants. And cotton clothes are made. The cotton clothes which we wear in summer season. Because in summer season we feel very hot. Wool. Students, we get wool from sheep, and from wool the woolen clothes are made, like sweater, shawl, and we wear the woolen clothes in winter season. In winter season, we feel cold, and to keep our body warm, we wear woolen clothes. Silk. Students, we get silk from silkworm. The silk is a very costly material, very soft and smooth material we get from silkworm. These three things, cotton, wool and silk, we get from our environment. These are the natural fibers. We make the things like mats, baskets, papers from materials in our environment. So the things which are to make like basket, mats and papers, that all things we get from our environment. Students, this is a picture of a mat. These are the baskets which we carried our things in a basket. This is a paper. This all things to make this all things, the material which we need, we get from our environment. We build a house using clay, stone and wood. Students, as the bird shelter is nest, the same way the human beings shelter is house. And to prepare house, to build house, we need three things: clay, stones and wood. These are the three things we need to build a house. And these all three things we get from our environment. So just see how the environment is useful for us. For maybe it might be for animals and for human beings. Seeds of some plants are scattered by the wind. As a result, seedlings, those plants grow in the new places. Thus, the plants too get help from the environment. Students, see this picture. When there is a wind, the seeds of the plants falls here and there, and the plants are grown on a different places. In this way, the environment also helps the plants to grow. Animals like vultures and foxes eat the flesh of dead animals. Thus, they clean the environment while they satisfy their hunger. Students, this is a picture of vultures and foxes. This animal, they do two things. They eat the flesh of the dead animals and they clean the environment and they satisfy their hunger. And if the dead animal is left like that only on the land, then it gets mixed up with the soil and it makes the soil fertile. Remains of dead animals decayed. They mix with soil, leaves falls off the tree, they too rot and get mixed with the soil. That makes the soil fertile. Not only the dead animals, but also the leaves from the tree which falls and which are dried up, they also get rot and they get mixed with the soil and they make the soil fertile where we can grow crops. The soil gets the nourishment and the soil becomes fertile. A sheep's body is covered with wool. The sheep feeds on the leaves of shrubs. Shrubs is a plant. As it does so, the seeds of some shrubs can get caught in the wool. When the sheep goes to eat the leaves of the shrubs are having a seeds. That seeds might get caught in sheep's wool. When the sheep go somewhere else, means when the sheep goes somewhere else to eat, this or it roams here and there, the seeds might fall off. The seeds which are got caught in the wool, they might fall here and there. Thus, the sheep helps new seedlings of shrubs to grow on many places. In this way, the shrubs plants can grow on different places. In this way, the sheep, which is an animal, and the shrub, which is a plant, help each other. Students, can you see the picture? The sheep feeds on leaves and how the seeds gets caught in their wool. This way, when the sheep goes to the different places, the seeds might fall, and this way the plants are grown on different places. The need of all the living things are fulfilled in their environment. Such things should not be allowed to go waste. We must take care that we do not cause harm to the environment. Students, as you have heard, the animals or human beings or all living things, the things they need to live, that all things they get from the environment. So environment is very important to be clean. So don't harm the environment. Thank you. Students, you all are going to solve a small quiz on this lesson.